Hello there.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. You're very welcome to today's live stream where we're checking out things, and stuff as we take a flight in Florida. We're here with the Sovereign Plus. Haven't tried this airplane yet. And we're also checking out a brand new weather engine, don't you know? It is that called StrataWx or Strata Weather. Just saw the announcement thing this morning. I was like, hey, we'll have to give that a shot. So we're going to see what it's all about. We're also going to be using some on-air company as we fly some VIP routes. We're on the ground here up at Kilo Tango India X-Ray. Yeah, that's the shot. And we're going to head down to Fort Lauderdale. A little bit later on, we're going to plan then our flight for tonight on VATSIM, flying out of Miami down to Punta something. Down that neck of the woods. It's going to be busy. And Kat has joined us for this morning's flight. Hello, Kat. And, well, that's the crack now. Hope you're keeping well. I got very little sleep last night. Do you know, I said, right, I'm going to fight off the old jet lag. Yeah, as you do. And I ended up staying up till about 3:30 this morning. Yeah, Jesus. And then I'm up since about 8:30. Right. But anyway, we'll see. Hopefully that hit the old reset button and we'll see how we get on. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so the Sovereign Plus from Skyward Simulations, Skyward Simulations, haven't flown this yet. Literally only loaded it in. So I need to figure out, how this all gets on. And of course, we're going to be checking out the new weather engine and we're going to be checking out some on-air as we do it. So a busy morning as we start off our day of flight simage. But you're very welcome in. 5 hours of sleep is plenty. I'd say it is. Neon Jedi, good to see you, man. 63 months. Cheers, man. Jesus. St. Paul was very, very nice. It's a beautiful part of Minnesota and it's much quieter. Minneapolis is all like, right, there's noise there. But St. Paul, very, very nice place. Great restaurants, great pubs. The venue was really good. Lovely walkways. I mean, you're right in the Mississippi. Absolutely savage. So really enjoyed it. So we're all back to normal now. Live from Tipperary, 18 degrees. And it was raining sideways earlier, but we're looking all right now, do you know? So yeah, plenty of things to go exploring now this morning as we see what the crack is. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all go. Also, lads, for the check-in, I broke it, so you have to do it again. Right, so exclamation point check-in space and then wherever it is in the world that you are, and that'll populate in our world map to show where all our wonderful viewers are tuning in and checking out the stream. I was thinking there last night as well, we said it in our live stream yesterday, for new people coming into the world of Microsoft Flight Sim, where do you start? Do you know what I mean? It's there's far more than just saying, right, pick an airplane and go fly, because there are so many things you can do in the sim now, be it exploring, learning history, checking out landmarks, POIs, right? All the aircraft that we have, all the add-ons that we have. But then we look at all the different kind of things that come with flight simulation with this hobby. I mean, we have different communities, then we have the hardware, we have the software, you have computers, you have consoles. There's a whole lot in it. So I'm thinking more on that. How do we act as, the beacon or a lighthouse in the distance for people to say, yeah, look, there's right, so they can come over and get an idea of what it's all about. And well, you guys, my hat off to you, because you've always made new people very welcome. So if anyone ever has any questions about the sim, what to do, how to do it, always just ask, because I mean, that, especially with these daytime streams, that's what it's all about. So if you've any questions or issues or whatever, do be sure to ask. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it's all go here this morning, with the cat. She doesn't say much. She's a great listener, and the odd time she'll go for you. And then there's cat hair literally flying everywhere. Who's in charge? We don't know. But who's here? Look, Naughty Gnome, good morning to you. Sir Camsalot Madood from Angoshlan Nua, currently living in Selbridge. Yeah, you're very welcome in, buddy. Uniform Goose, good morning. Hope you're well. Chalks is here. Mrs. TPHI rolls out of the bed, upside down, and she rambles into the chat. Hayden UK is in the house. Good morning, legend. Hope you're well, man. Who else came into the house here now? Commander Balosh, top of the morning to you. Malky Mack is here. D White, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Naughty's able to speak upside down. Look, he's fluent in upside down. Good man yourself. Raiden, a very good morning to you. You're very welcome in. The Impossible Face is here. Quick whistle stop before work and the gym. Good man yourself. Do you know what I need to do? Well, I need to do many things, but I have one of these walking, what are they called? Treadmill. Yeah, that's the one. I've one of those to, assemble and engineer at some stage later on. It's for the missus, but I'm going to use it. Yeah. I wonder, could I put it in here? Murphy brings to you the new walking flight simulator. There was actually a fella last year at Expo. Just remember this. Last year at Flight Sim Expo, there was a fella who built a device that you had to physically use it, stand up, kind of sat on your shoulders. And the idea was you had to move it and stand up and down and rotate the gadget. And the idea was to, be physical whilst flying. It was actually a great idea, but I haven't seen them since. But it's that can happen to us all. We sit for extended periods of time. That's why chairs are very important. And fair play to Jamie working with that crowd. What are they called? But the chair people, ergonomics, and we won't shag your spine sitting there for a long time. I've always used Arotsi chairs. You think they do some sort of sponsorship, the shaggers? They never do. I end up just buying it. But I rate these chairs because, well, they're very comfortable and the price is quite good, and they are shocking comfortable. And it can, if it can support my payload, I'm just saying. I mean, they're good in my books. Herman Miller, yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, no, it's great to see. Jesus, it's great to see that a flight simmer. Because when you look at content creation and streamers and all this kind of online personalities, we're very much tucked away in a niche of a niche within a niche. Do you know what I mean? We're not your standard kind of variety streamer or gamer or whatever else. We're quite a close-knit community. So it's great to see that, some of the bigger brands are looking into this going, be Janie then. Yeah, right. That was me. I hit the bin. Yeah, it's all right. Don't you worry now. Right. But that's the interesting thing there. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, who else come in? For Awesome Gamers here, good morning. Jalagod, welcome in. A very good morning to you in Norway. Hope you're well. Who else come into the parlour now? Mrs. TPHI has watched for 215 consecutive streams in a row. Bloody hell. So many shenanigans, she said, upside down. How are you writing upside down and backwards? Does that mean you need to be upside down with a mirror to read it? Or the brain was a... It's amazing what the brain can do before, 12 o'clock in the day. But anyway, who else come in? Spitfire REF 100 is in the chat. A very good morning to you. I'm Pierce is here. Good morning. Andy 11, welcome aboard. A couple of follows coming in here as well. We have C1510, good morning. Then Neon Jedi rambled in with 63 months. Cheers, buddy. And I hope you're very well. 5 hours of sleep is plenty. I don't know. Do you know what my problem is, though? If I don't get enough sleep, I start getting headaches. And then they can turn into like a migraine. So I need to be checking careful because lights and all the jazz. But we're okay for the moment, you know. Dazza T. Arab, good morning, Dazza. Hope you're well. Who else came into the parlour? Soaring AJ. AJH, man. We're in your neck of the woods. Put the kettle on. Now, Stick Figure, good morning. Hope you're well. Very happy Thursday to you. Willow, how much is here? Welcome aboard. Who else come in here now? Mac Vision, good to see you. Skippy's in the house. Crafty Tigers, good morning. Check in behind your curtains, right? Neon Jedi, we couldn't find that. Brilliant. That's because she can't get a meow in. I see what you did. Mr. Croaks, welcome in. Now it's weird. Streamlabs is doing a thing as well. Very strange. But anyway, Mr. TPHI is here. Good morning, sir. Happy Thursday. Hope you have coffee in hand. Magsim TV is in the house. Cyber Dammy is here. Welcome in, everybody. Airlock Doc is here. I check in from a lava-laden room that is melting everything. Be the Janie. Put the aircon on. Full whack. But yes, Dazza says, yeah, remember it, right? Pressures on now, Chief. You're down 3 stone since the end of February. Be the Jesus. Good man yourself. Yeah, I could do with losing a few of those myself now, you know. Balut, a very good day to you. You're welcome aboard. Jeppison 2001, the man, myth and legend, has rumbled in. What news of the realm? He says, good morning, Murph and chat. Just checking out City Update 15 and looking around where we visited in St. Paul. It was great crack. Zambonis, Murph, a lot of pintage was consumed. I reckon our name should be on the wall, you know, in a plaque or on a plaque. We put away some serious, like, all things considered, we put away an absolute savage amount of beer over the few days. Yeah, no side effects whatsoever. But anyway, I lost my streak at 144. You're on a new one now. Go on, Crafty, you can do it, man. You can do it. Hayden says, Murph, I'm watching your floor walk on catch up. I love it when the fella with the Airliners Live lanyard came up to you to say how much he enjoys your content. Yeah, man. Look, it's one of these. It's FS Expo and FS Weekend. They're very kind of surreal moments. You know, it's very humbling. People just walk up to you and say, listen, enjoy what you're doing, thanks for sharing, and you know what I mean. It's very, very nice to see. But but the absolute highlight of any of these is always going to be catching up with folks out of the community. Just incredible people. You get to meet all walks of life. And as I said before, I mean, look, everyone has their own story. However we got to this point in time, be it you're flight simming or you're interested in aviation or you just dig the community, you just like here. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has their own story, and I'm only delighted to find out what it is because it does be fascinating. Do you know? Das Pub, good morning. Filthy is here. Good to see you. Down to 15 and a half from 18. Good man yourself, the impossible face. Dazza lost over £3,000 thanks to Scalarchy. Yes, all the hardware. Good man yourself. No, it's like we do have the fitness bot on our Discord for getting our steps in. But yeah, it's you know what I mean. It's every now and again we go on the old health streak, and you know, just to see how it is. I think I've had 5 pints. Or 5 pints since. Water, diet and exercise. I hate that people were right all along. It's terrible, isn't it? I'll be grand, I'll do my own thing. Like, I don't drink that all. Well, I do. But, you know, yeah, I need to, you know, move a bit. But anyway, Captain DMV, good to see you, buddy. Absolutely fantastic. I kept your business card. It's good to see you, buddy. It was fantastic meeting you at Expo. Legion Johnny, welcome aboard. Kubi Montana, you're very welcome in. Very happy Thursday to you. North Coast Mike is here. Welcome in, Mike. But yeah, it's going to be a busy one today. We've lots to talk about, lots to learn about, as we're going to be checking out the aircraft, the weather, and of course we explore a little bit more with OnAir. So, and then we need to prep for tonight. This is a long flight tonight. It's a 2.5 hour flight on Vethim. And if we've no coverage, I'm going to use Say Intentions because it's brilliant. I've been loving what Say Intentions has been doing over the last while. And a couple of people who I spoke to Expo, they've been messaging me saying, that's a big 10-4. They've been telling me that they just tried it for the first time, or they've tried it for the first time in a long time. Really, really enjoying it. So absolutely brilliant. Jesus, there's buttons here. Dougal McTavish, the chairman. A very good morning to you. 64 months. Dougal, the absolute legend. Hope you're well, buddy. And who else come in the door? Jesus, it's all happening now. Gar Gaming is in. He's been subscribed in County Galway for 12 months because the man is a legend. Good to see you, Gar. Welcome in, buddy. Skippy says, can you use Say Intentions with VATSIM? if there's no VATSIM coverage, that say intentions will take over. Yes, it was a new feature that they added. So basically what you can do, if you're flying on the VATSIM network and next thing, no further ATC available, monitor advisory or switch to Unicom, say intentions can actually pick up the ball and run with it. It'll remember all your flight details, your squawk, and it continues you on. Also, from the other side, if you were to take off from a region without VATSIM coverage, so you're using say intentions, you're on your flight, as you fly into a VATSIM region or very close to it, well then say intentions will say contact VATSIM on whatever frequency, and they'll hand you over, and then you disconnect and then you fly on with VATSIM. It's incredible. Say intentions want to do a lot more with VATSIM. They want to make, because they know the crack, right? Like, for all the, when VATSIM is online, say intentions will always say, listen, it's always going to be better being, in that environment with humans. They don't want to replicate that. They just want to say, hey, that's better, go do that. But for 99.9% of the other time that we just don't have VATSIM coverage, what do we do? Plus, when you look at all these events and you look at the Friday night ops and all this kind of stuff, which are loads of fun, the reality is, if you're on a schedule, if you're mad to get up and going, you don't have time to be sitting for 2 hours waiting on clearance or pushback. That's where say intentions really, really does help. And their ATC has gotten so good now. As I say, good morning, Uncle. Right, the life of a student. When they have this new vectoring system, and it's terrain aware. So, turn left heading 060, descend to 3,000 feet. I can't, there's a giant mountain in my way. Well, that's all finished now, because they know what's happening with terrain. Very interesting stuff. So, I think it's very, very good. One Foxy Bingo Gav is here. Good morning. Hope you're well. Now, let me see. There's more buttons here, look. Nice to tech you. I'm shy. VATSIM I would not do, but say intentions I would if I had enough money to buy it. Yeah. So, the other thing with say intentions is there's no consequence. I mean, it's only AI going to, what are you doing? We have a number for you. Yeah, all right. Do you know what I mean? And again, with VATSIM, depending on your own experiences, but with VATSIM, I mean, if you are flying into a very busy area and there's only one controller, their workload is savage. They just don't have time. They don't have time for any sort of, where do I go? Or what do I do? You know what I mean? So there's all that. But yes, is this the plane that crashed last night? Rob, I don't know. Did a plane crash last night? Jesus. Skippy says, I am new to flying and I'm trying to learn how to fly the fly-by-wire. Say intention seems really interesting, but for a newbie as me, it's a lot to take in. There is a lot to give to get into it. Yes, tons and tons and tons. So I just got a message from my brother. He wants one of me hoodies. Yeah, who are you? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was in your birthday the other day. I'll get you. Yeah, what size? I'll get you a hoodie. Great to see so many new names. Welcome in. Dougal, isn't it great? We have a lot of new folks coming in, not only to our community, but into the sim in general. And as I say, it's very important that we're there to help them out. Because you know yourself, it's a very daunting simulator. There's so much. There is so much. I mean, we're only talking VATSIM. People are like, what? What's that? Right? Virtual air traffic control simulated. I mean, it's a network online. Real world operators, right? People, they act as the ATC. And we as pilots fly on their network. And we try and follow the procedures as closely as we can to the real world. It's a great way to check it out. You know, that's how it's done, folks. Yeah. But yeah, it's great to see so many people. And like, we're very, very lucky. We have an awesome community. We really have. We have a very open, laid back, safe environment for all our folks. And we're quite lucky, you know, but I've always said, like-minded individuals attract like-minded individuals. So the credit to all of you guys who are welcoming the new folks in, helping them along, and just being so open and friendly. It's pretty cool. You know, it's amazing. So, yes, right, are we ready? I'm going to jump over here now because that light is hurting my face. Hang on. Now, Jemima. So here we are with the Cessna Citation Sovereign Plus, a C680. Now, we covered a lot of news on this during the pre-release stage, right? 98 Vulcan, good to see you. We covered a lot of this from the pre-release stage, but I never got to actually fly the thing. So today I want to take it for a blast. I've been completely preoccupied with the FS Reborn Phenom, which is just an incredible experience. And we also, of course, have the Citation X from FlightFX, and now we have the Sovereign. So I would say you have the Phenom, the Sovereign, and then the C750. And what I mean by that is it's purely in terms of the depth of simulation, be it the systems, the features, and then we have the looks, the sounds, all this kind of stuff. But this, as I said, I haven't flown it yet, so on paper, the Sovereign is excellent. It's an excellent aircraft. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what the crack is here now. Flashbanger, good to see you. What happens if pilots refuse to land or operate the aircraft mid-flight? On VATSIM, they could get booted off the network. Like if they're acting the Muppet, they can get booted off. Usually for the likes of like simulating emergencies, not really great to do it on VATSIM without kind of permission. In saying that, say intentions, you can absolutely declare emergencies, and it does such a fantastic job. I was watching Jonathan Beckett last night. He was flying in the M600. The Piper M600, and what he did was he pressed the auto land, the emergency auto land, which is a feature in these aircraft now, in the small GA aircraft. Basically what it does, it's designed that if the pilot, was no longer able to fly for whatever reason, he's incapacitated, a member of the crew or a passenger presses a big red button, bing. And what that does, the aircraft then says, right, we need to get you down safely. And it'll scan for the closest suitable airport, right? And it'll plan its own arrival into that. And it transmits an emergency code to ATC, so they automatically know there's a problem. ATC then jump on and they say, hey, what's going on? Are you all right? We're going to clear whatever. So he was using it with say intentions. So he declared an emergency with say intentions. They came back to say, understood, how many souls on board and what's your fuel? And once he confirmed all that, say intentions then went on the open network to say all aircraft, he basically told them what was going on, and they vectored all the aircraft away from the airport and held all the ground traffic until Jonathan's plane came in. It was an amazing display of what can be done in the sim, both with the work from FS Reborn, with the Expert Series number 2 aircraft, which of course is the Piper Meridian M600. Is it Meridian? But also showing you the capability of what Say Intentions can actually do. It was an incredible experience. The aircraft looked after its power. It looked after the flaps. It did everything. He sat back, didn't have to do a single thing, and the aircraft did it flawlessly. Now, it wasn't the butterest smooth landings, but it was a safe landing. You know what I mean? So, the question would always be, on VATSIM, there's just things you just can't do. Without kind of permission and clearance and whatnot. Say intentions, no consequence, you can do it. Do you know what I mean? Sunjammer, good morning. Quokka is in the house. Avro Vulcan, welcome in. It's got a fair bit of competition with Phenom and the Honda Jet, or a Honda Jet. Yeah, they're like, we're very much in that region of awesome business jets. We also have the Falcon on the way, and a Learjet coming next year. Rob is here. Good to see you. I was watching that. It was very clever and worked like a charm. Yeah, it was brilliant. On Jonathan's stream, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, we'll see what the crack is. And we'll be checking out the M600 soon anyway. We're probably going to fly tomorrow night with Microsoft Flight Sim. We're joining them on their stream. And then I'll probably do the DC6 then after that. You know what I mean? And there's a Praetor on the way. There's a Praetor on the way. The Embraer Praetor is on the way as well. Yeah, very much looking forward to all this. Do you know what I mean? Quokka, good morning. Now, so what we have here, this, of course, is the Sovereign. And let me see, what camera am I in? Because we want to go exploring this thing. So we're going to check out a couple of things today, as I said. I want to check out the aircraft. I also want to check out the weather, because there's a new weather engine about called StrataWx. And I want to see what the crack is with that, right? But looking at the aircraft here, the Sovereign, it's very well modelled. It's beautiful. We have the option of using our own custom tail reg, and we can decide where we want that on the aircraft, right? So a couple of details here from the visuals. I mean, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's beautiful textures. On the leading edge of the wing, it has an anti-ice system, as opposed to boots. So yeah, texture's pretty nice. There's kind of rivets and stuff in here that are like, right? But again, you have to come down to kind of the price point of the aircraft. The visuals are good enough. They're not the best I've seen, but they're good enough. They're good enough. from the exterior. Now, there's plenty of interactive areas with the aircraft as well in terms of opening up various components outside the aircraft, including oxygen, fuel, batteries, doors, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot going on here, which is great to see. And the liveries that it comes with are very nice, highly detailed liveries. These things always wreck my head, but I think that's okay. They are the correct way around, right, for your jet fuel. And overall, it's just a very pretty looking aircraft. Do you know what I mean? They've done a great job at this, from what I can see. Jay Turn, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. The Sovereign, I actually saw one of these sitting in Minneapolis when I was there the other day. We were in the bar looking down onto the ramp, and there was a Sovereign taxiing out. It was pretty cool, you know. You can physically disconnect the batteries. Yeah. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Do you know? I have to keep an eye out as well for the postman. I'm expecting a number of packages today. But yeah, isn't it a beautiful looking aircraft? Business jet. It can hold a fairly decent payload of passengers and whatnot. Capable of flight level 450, I think, and fast, really fast. Isn't it pretty? Nice jet. Inside the aircraft then, they've modelled all the interior. It's done very, very nice. High degree of detail here. Plenty of click spots. We also have this little computer down here when we put power in. That's where we can do all sorts. And of course you have a jacks in the plane, because what would a plane be without a jacks? You lift up the L chair and, you know, well, we all know what happens next, you know. But anyway, it's a very, very nice aircraft. So this is the first time I've touched it. I'm not expecting now this to be flawless. I'm familiar-ish with the avionics, right? We've seen it in the Phenom, but this is going to take a little bit of time just to get used to, right? Just to get used to. So yeah, if you're here for, like, you know, the strict 100% realism, you can shag off, because it's just not going to happen. I'll do my best, you know, but we're here to learn the thing. And I always say this, and it drives developers nuts, but the quickest way I learn an aircraft, I learn how to break it first. It's kind of a funny way to do it, but I always go by that. If you learn how to break the airplane first, then you suddenly realise, well, how not to break it. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. Mauro, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. So this is our chariot for this morning. Now, before we get into the aircraft, well, there's a new add-on thingy-majig, right? And where is this now? SATA Sim. Or Strata Weather. This is brand new. This should already be installed. Update ready, restart. Right, let's see what this does. And I'll show you the website of what this is, because I saw it on msfsaddons.com this morning. I was like, hey, what's this? Right. So what do we have? Real weather modelled and injected. Now it's $30, $29.99. Right, basically what it is, a living three-dimensional atmosphere built from real observations, and it's fed into the sim in real time, smooth, continuous, zero pop-in, which I like, and the modern alternative to our leading competitor. Now, what they mean by that is their leading competitor, well, that's Active Sky, right? That's Active Sky. So we're going to say launch. Now, I thought I had it launched. You're all set. Right, grand. Launch. Launching. It says launching. Checking for updates, up to date, and here we go. So let me see. Strata replaces the weather in with real high fidelity conditions. Keep Strata running, start a flight, in-sim panel, pick your source. So we can help fast Strata. Okay, don't show this again. Strata sends our team a small diagnostic snapshot, engine status, and the in-sim only log. No weather data. You can turn it off. All right. We'll have a look at that. So this is what we're looking at. This is giving us the conditions live on the ground here, and we can see that we can kind of break this down quickly. It's cloudy, VFR conditions, 100% cloud cover, 4 knots wind, 23% of turbulence, right? And there's winds aloft with this as well. Fusion engine, METAR, GFS, don't know what all that is. We need to learn this. Atmosphere profile, okay. A weather radar. That's pretty awesome. Hazards, so ceiling 25,000. It's freezing at 15,500, right? And then we can see if there's icing or turbulence. There is a SIGMET here that we can see. Advisories, adversaries. Cloud decks, we can see that the base is at 2,500. Cirrostratus is what it is. It's only about 2,500 feet. Winds aloft. This is interesting. This is getting us all the different wind layers. anywhere from 4 knots all the way up to about 28 knots. And then we have some observations in here as well. UI is very clean. Injection is on. It says live. We do have historical. And what makes this one better, or at least better options than Active Sky, it has sandbox mode, so you can actually customize the weather. We don't have that with Active Sky. What's in here now? So sandbox, this is where we want to make up our own. So this will inject a couple of things, or we can put it in ourselves, partially cloudy and all the jazz. This one here looks to be the live weather map. That's pretty cool. So we can see what's happening in the world, right? Yes, there's all sorts of precipitation. And what else do we have here now? This is SimBrief alias. Let's see. Import failed network. Try that now. Importing. There we go. That was flawless. So seeing that we're taking off from KTIX over to KFLL, the distance, cruise level, and so on. And it's going to give us a briefing then of the weather at each place. So we can see the ATIS information. Why we have a $sign, I don't know. They probably need to work on this. It looks very AI built, doesn't it? You know. 25,000, Malky. 25,000. That's what I meant to say. And then we have our top of climb. So it looks very interesting. You have different modes then. We can go into our settings and then we have the user profile. Settings, so target simulator, software updates, check now, share diagnostics, turn that off. Right, so that's the crack. We'll put that to one side. Go off and explore the website anyway. I'll put it there into the chat if you want to see it. Right? Couldn't tell you what it is. Or how good it is, or if it's bad. Couldn't tell you. But we'll ramble in. So we're now in the sim, and you can kind of see already it's after changing. It's after changing the weather look a little bit, hasn't it? Or has it? So if we go in here into the sim, we do have a new little button for this, or at least we should. There it is. So so it says it's injecting. Right? Up there now, you devil. Can't seem to move this fella around. Turbulence transmission or transition. Right? Turbulence is lie, surface wind. So real. Okay. So it's injecting in turbulence stuff as well. Right? So it says it's injecting weather. Now, if we go back into this guy, and let's see what sort of messing we can do. If we go to sandbox mode, here's our weather changing straight away. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look, right? Norbert, good to see you, Norbert. Welcome in. Okay, so this is the sandbox mode. Injecting your authored preset, shape it up in sandbox. So if we go into sandbox, well, we can go cav OK.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Right, Norbert, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Hayden, you're very kind. Thank you very much indeed for the gifted sub. I saw another gifted sub there a while ago. Where is this now? You lot are absolutely terribly, terribly kind. Let me see. I missed that. Vigar Gaming. I saw a gifted sub go to someone as well. You're very kind, lads. Thank you very, very much indeed. Where is this now? Let's see now. Let's see. That was me too. It was Hayden. Hayden, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very, very much indeed. Giving a tier 1 sub to Norbert, and I think one went to Airlock Doc as well. Absolutely brilliant. So we can change all this. So temperature, surface direction, that's our winds, right? The wind profile. But see this precip and snow cover and all this jazz. This is where we can get into it, right? So if you want to say, look, it's raining, right? But I've no clouds here, so we need to add, what's this? Add a deck. Ah, okay, so here's clouds, look. So give us coverage of like set. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, straight away. And then the density of the clouds. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It instantly horses it in, look. So that's the deck, or remove that deck completely, and then we go back. So we can say, look, give us fair cumulus clouds. These are just presets, or give me overcast, right? I mean, that's a nice idea. Give us marine fog. And like, you can see the crack here now. Like when we go exploring, you know what I mean? I like the way it has these presets. That's pretty cool. What else can we do? Thunderstorms. Very, very frightening.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Simblitz is here. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in, man. Thank you very much indeed for 3 months. Hope you're well, my dude. Simblitz, I'm checking out an owl called StrataWx. Looks very impressive, I have to say. Right, that was thunderstorms. What about a blizzard? Oh yeah. Yeah, snow and everything, look. And it'll take a while for the place to kind of get snowed up. Then we have high cirrus. Yeah, very good. And layer stack. So this is just like stacking up. Oh, Jesus, look at this, lads. Look at all the weather. All the cloudage. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we'll go back to Cav OK, and we're going to come back into live weather. So I've clicked on live, and let's see what happens here. So we've clicked on live, injecting live real world weather. So let's see what happens. Live conditions, injecting 3 models, 88% degree. Don't know what's reading all this, but let's see what happens. So inject on, turn it off, and we turn it back on again. So we're telling it we want live weather. This says it's in live weather. If we use the old default live weather, there it is now. So we kind of had to cycle it. So it's using Strata for the weather. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, right? I like the way that we can put in our own profiles as well. I like that feature. So in terms of what we have here then, as I said, on this, we can see what the weather is doing. We can get an idea from a weather radar, which could be cool. And we can see if there's any turbulence. This is all terribly interesting. Injecting real world weather around your aircraft. Right, so we'll see what the crack is. So we'll explore this more in a little bit. But I think it looks pretty good. Gotta say, it looks pretty good. So let us jump in here to this machine. This is a Sovereign. Now, it's a little bit dark in here, but let's see what happens, right? So we're currently in a cold and dark setup. Beautiful textures here around the place. We do have our overhead, and we have this tablet. And the tablet, it's down here. You know, it's hidden away. So you just click on that. So we can have a look at what's happening. So we can see, look, the route. If we click on the route, how do we import it? So the aircraft, the weather, that's all reading it in there. And we have these warnings to say, look, your engine covers and all this are there as well. You know what I mean? Would love to know how you think it stacks up to Active Sky. Active Sky isn't bad. Its UI isn't great. This UI is way better. Way, way better. So yeah, interesting stuff for sure. We're going to click on flight and we're going to fetch our flight plan. If we do this, this should give us more details. I don't know why this isn't populating though. Oh, it is there, look. We can see this now. We can zoom in here into the map. And you can make that full screen look. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty cool. Right, that's pretty cool. Right, let me see. So that's all grand. Services for the aircraft. These are all our access points. You know, you can open up pretty much everything. Absolutely everything. Fuel tanks, battery covers, fluids, hydraulics, all that jazz we can do. A ground option. So we currently have we've all our covers on. So we're going to get rid of all these. Right. Wheel chocks remain in place at the moment. And then what equipment do we want? Do we want the ground power unit? Yeah. And we have some sounds for him. So there's our GPU. He doesn't do anything. He's not connected, but he's there. A hydraulics cart with the GPU. All right. Oxygen cart. I've actually got a ton of static stuff with this. Lavatory cart. Clear the jacks. Pretty good. Fuel truck. There's some dino juice.
Hello there.
Right. Stefan, thank you very much indeed. Welcome aboard. Murph, you may say hello if you want. I don't mind that. Roy, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. Did I not see you? Oh, I did. There's Roy there. Playing with some new toys. Roy, I didn't see you. Welcome in. You can connect the GPU if you open the GPU flap. Okay. Red carpet and a VIP vehicle. Oh, look at that. It's Rolls. Alright, that's pretty cool. Plenty of static stuff. Don't need the fuel truck, lavvy, hydraulics, oxygen. We'll leave all that alone. But we'll put on the GPU, and if we want to open up the GPU door, which would be at the back. So GPU hatch should be out. Oh, it's connected now, look. Yes, that's pretty cool. Right, okay. So let's go to ground. That's grand. Payload. Now we can import this in SimBrief. Import from SimBrief, loaded in. Aircraft is hunkered down. There's now weight and stuff in the plane. Electrical systems, battery are connected both sides, 24 volts, 25.4, so they're okay. Hydraulics, we can see that. System pressure, refill your hydraulic system. That's pretty awesome. So we're going to be able to do the stuff with the thing. Oz Flight Simmer, thank you very much indeed, Shane. 49 months, buddy. I'm getting 2 alerts. That's weird. I've been using, whatchamacallit, Streamlabs. And it was turned off, so I need to figure out what it's doing now. Hang on. Because MuseFan was giving out saying that the whatchamacallit wasn't working. Shout outs weren't working. So let me see. Let's see what happens, because it's turned off again. Because I don't need double alerts, to be honest. Right. Okay. Hydraulics, vanity service, well, that's the water. Yeah, water on the jacks. And then we have our O2 and nitrogen. Ooh. We have information here now. The oxygen system supplies the cockpit with emergency oxygen through quick donning comfort fit masks stored adjacent to each crew's seat. Okay. Look at that, man. Jesus. And this changes depending on the altitude, pressure, and temperature. Not mad, isn't it? Just too late to see what Strata was all about. Checking out the website. No, we still have it running. So we're running Strata in the sim. It's on live weather. This is the UI outside of the sim. This is where we can do all our control stuff, right? And then in the sim, we do have a little panel, which is this guy. You can't move it. That's a pain in the ass. I want to be able to move that. That gives you an idea, right? Well, I suppose we can move it this way. No, you can't. Their UI is crap. They need to fix that. You know, have you migrated from Stream Elements to Streamlabs? The syntax for commands most likely different. No, it did its own thing. I've no idea. Martel, good to see you. Shane, hope you're well, buddy. But yeah, no, it looks very impressive, Roy. Very, very impressive. So right, we're okay with our connections on the ground. Here's our flight plan. Weather from SimBrief. Okay, and then we have access from our charts. So if I put in, oh, look at that. So Navigraph is working. That's pretty cool. All our charts are there. Checklist for the aircraft, normal, prep, APU, before engine, after, taxi lineup before, then we have our normal. Okay. Checklists are important, but sure, come on. EFB units that we see, loads of options, registration, that's where you can put in your own dynamic registration, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the weather changes fairly quickly, Roy, yeah, and it doesn't have, there's a couple of things that make it different in Active Sky. It has transitions properly, so you don't get this pop in. Active Sky doesn't do a bad job, but it still pops in. But also, with Strata, you have the ability to use preset or create your own. It's like a sandbox mode. It has historical weather, but also a sandbox mode. Active Sky does not have sandbox mode. So that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Right, let me see here now. Our standby instrument settings, backlight auto, inches of mercury, hectopascals. I will go with that. Meter overlay. No, I don't need that. And then we have a test kit and a calibration kit for the aircraft. That's pretty cool. Simulation options here is, let's see, realistic parking brake, lock throttle and auto throttle, separate tiller. That's all okay. Barrow sync is off. We'll horse it in. EFB behavior. Lower yoke. Like that. Pilot and crew. For avatar visibility, ensure character is not set to off. Okay. Hide display glass. Audio options. Active noise cancellation headphones when seated or always, and then the volume. In flight. Autopilot assist, pause at top of descent, or you can go into your simulation rate. And then we have our Navigraph, our SimBrief, but we also have CPDLC, and our Say Intentions API is loaded in as well. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Murph, I heard the US nearly ran out of Guinness. Do you know what? We actually drank them dry. We drank a pub out of Guinness and also out of this Hawaiian beer. Very, very funny. But yeah, just really need the pre-flight checklist. After that, it's pretty simple. Okay, Norbert says, would you be able to do a comparison of the default live weather and Strata weather at some point if you haven't already? Yeah, 100%. Aside from a few bugs that happen from time to time, what is wrong with default live weather? The biggest problem, FD, with live weather in the sim, when it changes instantly. There's no transition. So for example, if you're on a short final and it suddenly gets a weather update, that could completely change the weather. Barrow, cloud, winds in an instant, and you'll visually see it. It's like the weather pops in. That's a pain in the ass. So yeah, it's by using weather engines and also the winds aloft data. The sim will only put in X amount of different wind layers. With the other one, with these ones, like the winds aloft is frightening. Look at all the different layers here. Look, right? These are all different wind layers, and they're almost all different. Slightly different headings, slightly different movements, and it's reading turbulence zones as well. So, for example, if I turn this off, inject off, right? And we'll go back into the sim and we'll say, hey, show me your weather. Right, so if we do this is outside. Live weather in the sim.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
It won't hold it, which is interesting. Can I turn this off? Turbulence injecting. So this says it's injecting. We'll try this fella here again. Source. Inject is off, or we'll go sandbox. Okay, now can we go live weather in the sim? So there's like an override. It won't let me select the live weather in the sim anymore. But look at all the wind. Look, this isn't default Microsoft Flight. Oh, look, hang on. Live weather. There we go. If we go to clear skies, and then we go to live weather. Yeah, it doesn't hold it. But look, how can we do this now? Custom user preset. I imagine we need to have this guy turned off. We'll try it here maybe. Where's the options wheel? We'll turn off the weather. I wonder now, is that a bug? Release the sim. So what if I turn this off completely? Try sim is on. Right, don't worry about that. Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't want to play nice. It's I think once you have this on, you can't revert back to what Microsoft Flight Sim is doing. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh wait, hang on. There she is. She's locked now. Right. We finally have the default Microsoft Flight Simulator weather working. Okay, so this is what Microsoft Flight Sim is reading. And we're not too bad, right? We're not too bad. Quick check inside the aircraft. Will we get weather in here? Home. Services. Oh, flight. Weather. No, I need to see weather in the sim. Well, I can do that, I suppose, from here. Weather. So 220 at 3 knots. 25 degrees, 30.04. That's according to Microsoft Flight Sim's data. Fair enough? Right. So let's see, can we reload Strata? And let's just see what the difference is going to be. So, as I said, this is default Microsoft Flight Sim. And that's Strata. See the difference straight away? You can see that difference straight away, lads. There's way more detail in this. The clouds, look how much more densely populated the sky is. And now let's go back in. 259 at 2 knots, different inches of mercury, and it's 27 degrees. 2 degrees different, more accurate barrow, and you can see just how quickly, I mean, that looks very real to me. Now, the Microsoft Flight Sim default one does look pretty, but that to me looks very real. Do you know what I mean? We're on the ground at KTIX. KTIX. I use Active Sky as default now. I found using cameras at airports more accurate. Not saying the live weather is bad. Yeah, I don't think the live weather is bad. Stu Snape is here. Good to see you, bud. Thank you for 175 streams. The man is a legend. I don't think the default weather is bad. I'm just interested to see, you know, what the new stuff can do. Like, look at the cloud layers. Look at the altitude. Look at the height. You know what I mean? This is where the thing starts getting it just starts getting interesting. So we'll see how it behaves along into our flight for the crack. Do you know what I mean? But it does look very impressive. Very, very impressive. So what's this guy doing here now? So that's on live weather. Live weather, it's all going in. And then when we open up our little toolbar rather, we'll turn this back on in the sim. And we can see our transition, cinematic, smooth, fast, and we can refresh it. Turbulent, smooth, light, real, heavy, max. I'm happy to leave that on as default, you know. KTIX should be 3004 as of a few minutes ago. Well, where are you reading that from, FD? This is the thing, right? It depends on the data source. So Meteo Blue, if it's Meteo, so that's reading Meteo Blue. You know what I mean? KTIX. So if their weather source is Meteo Blue, it's going to be the same. Do you get me? Now, let's see if there's any update in here with the weather.
Hello there.
So that's reading at 3000 still. Winds 190, 27 degrees. HBK, cheers for the follow, buddy. Hope you're well. From the Airfield's real meter. Let's have a look. That doesn't necessarily do it either. Like the air, like it's KTIX weather. Aviationweather.gov. Load. So it says winds are 220 at 3 knots. Scattered at 5,000. Altimeter 3004. Okay. Let's see. What's the update speeds on this going to be? Injecting live weather. 3 models. I don't know what this 88% agree means. Or how often it can update this. Go into settings. Temperature, pressure. Oh, here we go. Cloud depiction. Injects real winds aloft plus clouds for full accuracy and control. Okay. Transition speed. Cinematic slow real world drift. Okay. Turbulence intensity. Target simulator. That's 24. In-sim panel. Refresh now. Re-inject the weather for your position. Temperatures in degrees. Pressures. Wind. That's all grand. Wind arrows. Engine online. Says it's live. Recent activity. So it doesn't say how quickly I can upload it or change it. But this thinks it's 100% live. Weird, isn't it? Could you only use the Microsoft Flight Sim clouds and the rest of it externally? Yeah, you can. So this is using its own clouds, but we can turn that off. Where did I see that? Cloud depiction, Microsoft Flight Sim Live. There you go. So that's a Microsoft Flight Sim Live weather. Which looks pretty, don't get me wrong. That was very pretty. Or we can use Stratas. Or Stratas. Give it a second. That looks more realistic. But I imagine it's going to depend on region to region. You know what I mean? I resumed creating and tweaking the app. Some update 5 changed some under the bonnet settings. Aha, Roy. Good stuff. Eamon is here. Good morning. So yeah, KTIX should be at 3004. That's 2 weather sources I've checked here on the side. Flight aware. What else can we do? Meet our TAF. So that's 3 weather sources, from what I can see, are giving me 3004 inches of mercury. So this is behind what the real world is. Would that be right? Or at least, you know, from the... I wonder where they're getting it from. I wonder what their weather source is. Winds 190, overcast at 25,000. We have information here to say that there's clouds at 5,000. Scattered at 5,000. So yeah, we need to be able to see, can we refresh this? What's this now? Historical weather. It's pretty cool. And then we have our sandbox. So I want to see, can we actually drag in importing our flight plan? Okay. how can we... Oh, not that one. Refresh now. Refetch and re-inject the weather for your position immediately. It's using KTIS, not KTIX. Huh? Doodaloo-doo. Is it? Where do you see that? KTIS. This is weird, look. Oh, no, that's a Sigma. Don't worry about that. Where does it say that? Injecting real weather. KTIS. Where are you reading that now? According to... Hang on. I think it gave you a meter that actually had 300, but it was KTIX. Really? Where's that now? Bum. KTIX. Okay, that's wrong. See that now, look. KTTS. But then again, that's probably the nearest weather that I can grab. Will that be right? There's a dollar sign here. That doesn't look right. So our departure is here and it's giving us KTTS. Kira, good to see you. Okay, but what about KFLL? Let's have a look at that one. Altimeter is 3004 at KTLL or KFLL. KFLL. Enter. Fort Lauderdale. Let's get the information here. So, according to this, winds 130 at 4, visibility 10, few clouds 2500, scatter 25,000, QNH 30.4, and we have temperature 28 dew point 25. Right? Thanks, Microsoft Windows Security. Let's compare them. KFLL. 28.3 degrees, 28, accurate. Winds 1304 knots, 1304 knots. Visibility 10. Ceiling, not getting it. We're getting clouds here at 2,500, correct. Scattered at 25,000, correct. So that is accurate. So yeah, it's reading the space shuttle landing facility up the road. Yeah. Okay. So it's not broken, it's just, it's not giving us the actual KTIX. So it probably doesn't have that in its database. And it's telling us this because it's reading it here. Interesting. So the sim is pulling it from here. Meteo Blue obviously has it, or Meteo Blue has it there. You know. Sweating balls already. Steiny, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Right, this machine, how do we fly? Let's see. So these are all our pre-flight stuff, and we'll go home. We'll go into here. We have doors open because we're on our electrical side of the fence. So let's have a look at this aircraft. Disappear the yokeage. We'll come on down here. Here's electrical. Left battery. Oh, great sounds. Right battery. External power is connected. We should have the light on. We just got an on switch there now. Bus ties are off. Okay.
Class 2, system test passed.
That was very nice of them. Emergency lights. So let me see. We'll get our emergency lights armed. We have sounds. Beacon light. Okay, this is interesting. TCAS is working. There's an aircraft flying around. All right, let's go ahead and aircraft systems. Summary, hydraulics, fuel, electrical. All right. So we have this screen over here. So we'll put in the summary. O2 pressure, system. Primary stab trim, fuel pressure, cabin door. Jeez, look at this. This is very good. Right, we want to set up the aircraft. So we're going to say reset initialization and we'll put it in. Weight and fuel. Let me see. Set empty weight. Payload. Takeoff. Let's do a fob.
TOS system test. Okay.
Fuel reserves. Crew and store says £170. Now I wonder, can we not get this in from SimBrief? Basic operating weight. Okay, SimBrief should be giving us the list here. So let me see. Payload is 1222. Passengers 12. Okay, SimBrief can't work that. That's 1600. So that's going to be too heavy. Is this? Oh, that's pounds. That's pounds. Hang on now. Hey, pal. Utilities, setup, avionics, units, kilos. Right, let's see what this does. Utilities, initialization. Let's try this again. Right, crew and store. Okay, here we go. So payload, 726. Total payload should be a little bit higher. So we're going to say operating weight, passengers, cargo. So we're at what? 726. We need another 450. 726 and 450. That'll do. Take off, do a fob on fuel. Landing, don't worry about that for the moment. So weight and balance is good. Anti-collision is strobe on this plane. Roger. Anti-collision off. Pulse. Or would it be Rico? Cabin door. Beacon off. Pulse. Okay, pulse lights are on. Where's our beacon light? Rico lights? There's no beacon light. Beacon is automatic. Okay. Right. Brilliant. That'll do. Continue on. Flight plan. Now, shouldn't this be pulled in from SimBrief? Show on map, delete, rename. Flight. Okay, so it doesn't automatically bring it over, so we need to horse this in ourselves. Isn't that right? Services, A cars. Oh, we have to go in that road. Okay, services, A cars, D8. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh, cool. We've D8 Request. No, hang on. Request flight plan. Yes. Refreshing. There should be. Import. Okie dokie. Come back here now for a second. D8 KTIX. No data received, look. Jesus! Anyone else get feckin' deafened there, no? Bloody hell. Where did that appear? Did anyone else just absolutely launch? Holy beeping is right. Bloody hell's bells. That made you jump. It made me jump as well. Don't worry, lads. Weather selection. Connext or weather radar. Oh, that's pretty cool, look. We'll go weather radar settings. Radar on. Actually, we better leave that off for the minute. We don't want to be nuking the lads on the ground. Okay, that didn't come through, look. Request sent. Text notums. Here we go. Jeez, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Message. D8 is received. No data received. So it doesn't have data for it. That's okay. CPDLC. Okay, that's all. Man alive, there's great depth here, isn't there? Oceanic tracks, messages, inbox drafts, outbox, draft new, options, timer, address. Jeez, a lot of stuff going on here. Right, let's see what happens here. So back into our, we're going to flight plan. Actually, we need to go into our initialization. So flight plan. So our departure here is direct to Valka. Flight plan options or procedure. Departure we don't have, but we can put in a runway, or can we? No. Approach, no. We're going to be on the cloud 3, and that's already there, so that'll do. Next, runway, we're departing out of runway 18. Flight plan is already done. Grand. Takeoff data. Weather. Load the METAR. Use RAT. Grand. Show METAR. Altimeter 3004. Fair enough. Takeoff data, we continue. So weather is in. Runway. Takeoff configuration. Flaps will be 2. Takeoff data. Check flaps. Accept those speeds. There's our V speeds. Next. Stall warning. Now auto test or systems test. In progress. There's your shakers left and right. That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool, isn't it? Next up is going to be the engine fire test.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Panic.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Okay.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Next up is going to be smoke detection.
Baggage fire. Baggage fire. Baggage fire.
Okay. Annunciator panel is going to be the next one. Let this finish. All our lights. Okay, annunciator panel's good. Don't do real life data on ATIS hit departure, no to real world. Roger. Traffic, TCAS, you already did this, but she'll do it again. See what this does. Electrical interior, turn that on for the folks back behind us. Traffic passed, overspeed warning. HF1, HF2, high frequency, radios? It's a FADEC engine, which is great news. We've brightness for the screens here as well. Look, that's nice. Are you planning any new hardware purchases after Expo? I'm waiting on some Moza gear to arrive. That's going to be kind of some of it. And what else have I to do? I have to wait on the altimeter motives looks great. If we set B, it's set to 3000. So it looks it's locking it with live weather. Okay, HF1 will do. Now what do we have down here? Engine start switches, AP. Oh jeez, we have an APU. Okay. Cockpit temperature, cockpit recorder test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Light is on. Headset. I wonder will that activate our noise cancelling? Right, let's okay this. System tests are all done, except okay. That was pretty painless. Charts, checklist, aircraft systems, ATC data link, utilities, flight plan, weather. Right, okay, let's customize some screens here, shall we? So let's move across. Right hand side. Yeah, let's pop our charts up here. Come back to this guy. We're going to probably put him on. We can go weather. This guy, he's okay. There's our map. Pardon me. And then this guy, which is being our main screen. How do we do this? Map settings. Oh, that's that screen. So how do we get this guy over across to that screen? That's interesting. Full. Oh, interesting. Left GTC. Aha, good man yourself. Right, so let's have a look here. PFD and map settings. HSI map, that just looks better. Inset traffic, we'll go inset. Map detail, traffic, terrain, radar you can pop in there as well. Okay, that's Connext. Go back one. Nav source is on the FMS, that's what we want. PFD settings, we want to be able to see the vintage. Flight director can be dual or single queue. We'll go dual. Wind, option 2. Angle of attack, sure, we might as well stick that onto auto. It's cool looking. Barrow inches and meter overlays. Don't need to see meters. Synthetic vision works, and then general time format and comm spacing. Should it be 8.33 or 25? Should be 8.33, lads, doesn't it? Okay, speed bugs, they should all be in, which they are. Timers, don't need them for the moment. Additional bearings, nav ILS, nav 2, FMS, perfect. ADF, that's pretty good. So we can go VOR as well, right? 25 in the US, so is it? Right, better put them back in. There we go. Thrawn, Travi, good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Okay, so that's looking good there. Telephone, look at this. D8 is received, and then system messages. Right, leave that alone. Right, for my next trick, we are double checking all our engine stuff are removed, which they are. Why are my lights flashing? Turn off those. All right, so we're going to power up some systems here. Now, we don't necessarily need the APU on this, but we're going to go with the APU on this for the sheer crack. So we're going to put on the APU master switch. Control lock. There we go. They're doing their stuff. Should they be moving without hydraulics? Maybe they should. Oh, we have the... Oh, look at this now. This is our in-flight entertainment. Ooh. So your trip. That's nice. Nice little map. Preferences. Display. Pretty good. Video. Wonder can you add video to it? Audio. I'm sure we can add our own. Texting. The aircraft is not installed with texting capabilities. Feel free to join our community. That's okay. Imagine if you could text inside the plane. Lights. Passenger safety lights are on. Okay. The sunshades, open or close. Right. Temperature, 27. Set the temperature. Look at that, man. And then scenes. Tampa. Oh, look, it's showing you the nearest nearby places. Neato. That's kind of cool. Right, now. Some are going to see it. APU, let's be having you. Okay, APU coming alive. RPM, EGT. Where's the parking brake in this? I can hear it, but I can't see it. Back of the pedestal. Aha. Parking brake pull. So take it that's parking brake on. Parking brake low pressure. Yeah, sure, matter. Right. APU is running. APU bleed. I can hear the fans come on. That's pretty good. Okay. Flaps. Spoiler. Now, hydraulics are low. Do we have a master switch for the hydraulics? Bus tie, electric, and external power. Hydraulic pumps are on. Auxiliary pump, turn that on. This will fix our low pressure look. Or at least it should do. Okay. Right, let's get this door closed. Services. Cabin main door, close. Okay. Now, OnAir company. In we go. Into Cumulus. Because I want to see, will this aircraft work? Pop the tow brakes. Yeah, we'll jump into that now. Let me see here now. So find a freelance job. We're going to create our own. Starship. Load from sim. Sovereign. Okay, it has it. Departure. We're going to put in a destination is going to be KFLL. There we go. I shall fly this now. Okay. Flying simulator. Flight created, checking tracking conditions. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Start
Loading
tracking.
complete. We are carrying 1 items, 5 pounds, bound for Kilo Foxtrot Lima Lima.
Lovely. Okay, overview. We're flying from KTIX over to
Tracking is
KFLL.
live. The flight will be logged until you cut the engine.
Okay, we're looking good. On air, up and running. Right. What happened to me weather?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Did On Air do that? I think On Air did that.
Space Coast RGNL weather. Wind from 220 at 3 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Scattered clouds at 5000 feet. Altimeter 1017. Cleared for your pre-flight preparations.
That's not giving me an accurate read. Okay, that's an issue, so hold fire here for a second. How can we tell On Air not to give us live weather? Preferences. I wonder, is there a way I can disable live weather On Air? Any ideas, Malky? Did you ever come across that? Because there's a conflict using it. On Air seems to be overriding what this guy's doing. Now, if we cycle the injection, will this override it again? Let's find out. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So I think On Air is overriding that. Let's see what he can do. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we do something else. So...
Arrival briefing. FT Lauderdale Hollywood Intel. Visual flight rules. Wind southeast at 4 knots. Scattered clouds at 25,000, 28 degrees. Plan your approach accordingly.
I will talk to On Air on this. Now they'll probably say, look, you need to use real world weather, which I totally get. But I would much rather have the option, you know what I mean? So we're going to get rid of this guy. And then we're going to try him again. Eddie's here, good to see you. Connected, fetching weather.
That's a big 10-4.
And if we do this right, this should work. Motley, good to see you. 3 years, man. Jesus. Thank you very, very much indeed. Motley, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, so we need to go back into the sim and force live weather look. How do I do this now? Have I completely gone and shagged it? Microsoft Flight Sim is drawing its own weather. Switch on to inject. Right, can we go live weather on this? We just want to, it takes a moment, but the sim should be able to lock it in. Right, the sim now is using its own live weather. Perfect. So this is what the sim thinks it is, and now we'll go ahead and get Strata back in there. We're getting there, lads, we're getting there. Now Strata thinks it's clear. Now why does Strata think it's clear? So was this a Strata issue and not on air? So it's reading KTTS, look. Energizer, we've already broken things, 100%. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So it's reading it from KTTS and it's telling us clear sky conditions. So that's the latest update. But that wasn't a cinematic friggin' transition. Sure it wasn't. Few clouds. Yeah, this is weird. What about historical? So here's historical stuff. 18th to the 6th. Back to 1100. Apply. So this is what it should have been an hour ago. Yeah, I'm not mad on that. Not mad on that at all, because that should have given a gradual transition. That was very abrupt, wasn't it? That was very abrupt. Right, back into on air. Hey, Heisenberg is here. Good to see you. You press the wrong button, Murph. On air companion. That's what we want. Diddly 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 diddly. Alright, we'll enter the world and resume our flight. Tracking. Give it a moment, give it a moment, she's coming together.
Hold seal, 5 pounds. Tracker armed, you're monitoring through to engine off.
Right. So the weather just changed completely. How odd. How very odd. So listen. We'll chance it and see what happens. Right, APU is running. We were saying hit the brakes. Brake pedals are now looking okay. Parking brake is on. That's what we wanted. Right, it's going to be an engine startup here. So it's a FADEX system. Open the glass. Run it. And start it. Are we ready, sports fans? Ignition is on. Oh, hang on, postman. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, shit. Two big heavy boxes. I just got two big heavy boxes from Mosa. And they're coming up. Do you want an FBO at KFLL? Malky, that'd be deadly. That'd be deadly. Why is it putting KTDS and not KTIX? Hey Zab, I think it's down to it doesn't have data for there. I'm only guessing, but that's, you know. Jeez, this thing sounds good, doesn't it? Jeez, that sounds very good. Right. So that would be a good start on numero uno. Well, number 2. And repeat the process. We'll have a listen here now for engine 1. Ignition running. Sounding good. We need to go back in here to our weather. Check flaps. I want flaps 2 for this. Oh wait, I never confirmed that. Balls. There we go. Okay. Right. Those sounds are good. Jesus, those sounds are very good. Beautiful, beautiful sounds. Right, let's have a look here. Hydraulic auxiliary pump is on. No standby data. No standby data. What does it mean by no standby data? Interesting. Right, Peter Static, warm them up. Wing anti-ice, leave it alone. Fans, leave them alone. Engines, leave them alone. Auxiliary pump off. Flaps 2. Okay. No takeoff. Our stab trim is all over the shop. Okay. What else do you want to do here now? Generators, quick reset. They're all good. A couple of things we need to do. External power off. APU off. GPU. Wheel shocks. Payload is good. All our doors are closed. Hydraulics. Oh, look at that, man. That's deadly. It's reading the whole lot. Okay. Right, so Cass is giving out to me no standby data. You haven't powered the standby instrument. The standby instrument. Oh, look at this shagging thing. How does this turn on? Standby power on. Aha, right. That solved that one, look. Now, no takeoff. Is that because the parking brake is on? Interesting. Stable approach, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Okay, PS heat on. That's okay. Peter static heat. That's okay. We probably don't need it for this temperature, so I'm gonna as well turn that off. Okay, quick flight control tests. Full forward, full back, full left, full right. Rudder's left. Tiller's moving, that's nice. Okay. Right, lads, let's see what we can do. So, park and brake off. And we're looking for runway 18. Easy now. Small bit of manoeuvring. Hey, we got a Fuga here beside us. This flight, unload. Import flight from Simbrief. Ah, balls. Import flight from Simbrief. There we go. There's my Garmin stuff. Okay, so we're looking for runway 18. So we want to taxi on Alpha. Alright. So we want to taxi on Alpha. Come on up here, we're going to go taxi, Rico, pulse lights, turn them all on, anti-collision, turn them on. Now let me see, radio transponder. We can go from here. Transponder is set to auto. Let me see, TA, altitude reporting, 1200, we'll go VF4, why not? I think we're good. Weather, radar on, standby, weather. No real weather to worry about. No, not using comms just yet. Boise, good to see it. Like, this is the first time I've loaded in with this aircraft, so there's a bit of learning to be done, lads. She looks pretty. Oh yeah. Right now, isn't there something else we added? What's that? Oh, be Jesus. That's active sky. We're not using active sky. Man Murphy, you nearly broke the whole thing. That's chase plane. Say intentions. Wait now. Didn't I not install master caution? That's okay. Did I not install whatchamacallit? Sky trails. I did. I installed Sky Trails. So why haven't I seen friggin' Sky Trails? Never a dull moment here, lads. Gibbo, good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. We're here in an absolute state of messing. Sky Trails manager. Yeah, it's installed, so why isn't it working? Interesting. Right, continue on. What's Strata weather like? It's actually very good. I'm liking it so far. It definitely depicts the sim differently than what Microsoft Flight Sim does, and we are getting a ton of different weather information. For instance, if you go in and have a look at the weather here, see all the wind areas? Like, we're getting an absolute barrel load of winds aloft. So that's quite impressive, right? I'm a little bit better today, Gibbo Snowflake. I am a little bit better today. I'm still shagged, man. I stayed up till 3:30 last night. And like back up then at 8:30. Second thing. I'm in a hoop. But sure, look at. Gibbo Ireland genuinely cares for Murphy. And I'll tell you why. He's like, Murph, if you're looking for sympathy, you'll find it in the dictionary between sex and syphilis. It's in the dictionary. I'm only saying words, right? Looking forward to seeing it. Is it better than Active Sky? I don't know, is it better? It's the UI is better. Do you know? The UI is a lot better. So we're using injection on. What I like about Strata is you can use sandbox mode. And you can create your own weather. You couldn't do that with Active Sky. You know what I mean? So we'll keep an eye on it. This airplane is pretty cool. Now, what's this? TCAS is on standby. No, it's on altitude reporting. Okay, it wants to be on auto. That's wrong. That's a bug. Altitude reporting is not standby. 50k a week? Jeez, come on, Malky. Landing lights, please. Give us a... I'm only messing. It can be real rough coming eastbound. I don't know what it is, man. Like, you'd be shagged. Like an 8-hour flight, you'd be saying, no, you'd be grand. Not grand. Jaded. But sure, listen. We'd be grand. Now, let us see. Hang a left here onto the runway. Look at this, man. The Sovereign. The Sovereign Plus. Now, a couple of things we need to do before we get going. Flight director. Oh, yes. Let me see. Altitude. What altitude do we actually want is the question. Speed, manual or FMS? Manual for the minute. Heading, runway heading. Altitude. $13,000. What's on my sim brief? 29 or 1,000. You're up the hill. $29. Okay. We've armed heading. We'll arm V-speed. We're going to climb this Betsy at about 3,000 feet a minute. Right, lads, I think we're good to go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Click the toggle buttons for the throttle before takeoff. Oh yeah, hang on, we've an auto throttle on this, haven't we? Do we have an auto throttle? Where's the auto throttle? Alright, we're set to take off. There is an auto throttle. AT disconnect. Okay, power coming in. Engine stable. Toga. Oh, the sounds. Oh, Jemima, the sounds. Takeoff power set.
Your airborne takeoff time captured.
Airspeed live. Rotate. You're up the hill, Jacinta. Oh, heck yeah. Right, what's the way to climb? 7,000 feet a minute. You're drunk. Flaps in. Yaw dampener on. Man alive, it is a rocket ship. Right, autopilot on. Nav mode. Let's go VNav. Easy now. Alright. Now, in terms of our auto throttle, speed set manual. Let's get the speed up. The passengers would like a word. They wouldn't be able to hear you. The ears just popped, do you know? I don't have the Sovereign, but so far I've not heard a bad word about it. Yeah, it's impressive. It's very, very, very impressive. Right, so let's call it 250 knots. How do we engage that? From an auto throttle point of view. Mr. Tommy, good to see you, buddy. The button's on the back of the throttle. AT. Oh, look at that. Excellent. Alright, climbing well. There's 10,000. This thing is a rocket ship. This thing is ridiculous, the speed. Yeah, it's well, the auto throttle is trying to hold 250 knots because I put it in manual mode, look. And we're in VNAV mode, so we are going a little bit fast. And she doesn't want to be doing that with the speed, so how do we lock the speed in? Auto throttle is on, but it's in takeoff. It's in toga mode. How do we get it out of that? That's because we're climbing, you see. Barrow. So if we change this to vertical speed and we climb at, say, 2,500, the engine should spool backwards to maintain 240. There she goes. All right, okay. So VNAV overridden. That's fine. Flight level change engages climb mode. Okay. What do you think, lads? Machine? Yes, we think. Now, would I be right in saying, would Moby Flight understand what this thing is? This could be terribly interesting as I scratch my head and I wonder. Because if I load this up for the likes of, whatchamacallit, the Honda Jet, wouldn't that work? This would be hilarious. Honda Jet, get in there now, yes. And turn it on. Now let's see if I can play with buttons. Speed 240. Yes. Heading. Yes. Altitude. Ah, no bueno. Altitude doesn't work. Vertical speed. That works. Altitude doesn't work. Balls. How do we fix this now? Okay, so the auto throttle disconnect works. Okay, so altitude. Let me see. Let me see. What key are you? Right course. So we're looking for altitude, IAS, speed, heading, altitude increase. Button 25. No. Opening the wizard. Alright. On release. On press. Action type Microsoft Flight Sim. Autopilot. RP Alt increase. Let's see what we can do here. All about flight. Do I use motion blur? I don't think so. Okay. So device Alt increase. But why aren't you working then? So here's the LVAR. Would that be right? Alt hold. Aha! We did something. Decrease. Okay, we're doing a something. Now, if I were to click this, I'll say they're only doing hundreds of feet. Hang on now, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Right, so altitude display, that's perfect. This guy, we want to do it more than it was. So altitude variable increase. What about just altitude? No, balls, that's vertical speed. I know! You've shagged it now, Murphy. Oh, hang on, we fix this again. Altitude, yaw dampener, altitude on or off. These are buttons, right? Pitch, VS, toggle flight director, altitude on or off, hold. So it is a variable we're looking for. Autopilot altitude. So how can I change that into thousands? Does anyone know how to do that? That's the display. How do we get this guy to go? It needs a multiplier. Precondition, no. Map it 10 times? That could work. Yeah, it's doing us something. How do we give this the beans? There's nothing in there I can do, so we need it. It's literally going to go by feet, right? By hundreds of feet. Autopilot altitude value. Yeah, no, that's fine. Did we give it a Moby flight variable? Oh no, Jesus, no. Altitude variable increase. There's no other alt that I can see. We've hold, attitude, Mac, N1, nav, panel, no, wing level, autopilot. It's the only one that's given us. So there's no way I can horse this into thousands of feet. What if I press that? No. Oh, do you know what this will do? This will speed up. Yeah. Okay. Right, leave that alone. That's working. Altitude hold, approach mode. Speed is working. Flight directors, are they working? Yeah. They work. Okay, look, we've enough there. They may have used custom ones. Yeah, no, she's working fine. She's working fine. Right, we're cruising. Now, our speed is only 240 knots. Indicated, giving us a ground speed. We can go an awful lot faster, so let's ump the speed. Uh-oh, top of descent. Really? Already? Let's bring this speed up and see what happens. How fast can this machine go? I reckon she can go fast. Me sky trails aren't working. I need to figure out what's wrong with them. That's an interesting camera view, Murph. Did you set them in the FB app? Did I set them up in the EFB app? Ah, hang on a second. Is this what you're telling me? Aha! Will this show numbers now? It will. Yeah, it will. And I can't hide this. Balls! Hang on! Things are going to get very dark here for a minute, but it's alright. Order. Paste. Activate a ticket. Paste. Activate. Verifying your activation. Here we go. Right, done. Fictional, yeah. Visibility, weather, fictional amount, quality high. Okay. Uniform Goose, have a good one, buddy. It says they're on, but how do we see them? Depends on the weather, of course. So it has fictional ones. I wonder how quickly it starts writing them in. I haven't seen... Oh, look! There they are! Brilliant! Yes! So there's one over there. The skies are alive. Right, we need to start descending here now. Where's this? Top of drop. Down to 8,000 feet, Murphy. Now, look at her speed, look. Jesus, 0.76. Okay, at what stage now will she start, you know what I mean? Spoilers. Oh, yeah. So it's a write down. Now, for us to start descending, when will she actually start descending? 6 minutes out, we haven't started descending yet. So does that go into flight level change? Keen Lafford is here, good to see you. You can still use GFX for your plane. Yeah. Yeah, but how do you tell it? You just go flight level change, is it? Now we're using GFX as well. There's an awful lot of stuff running on my computer. That looks like GFX. It is. Does it work for this plane? It looks like it does, doesn't it? Engine pollution. Pretty sure. Don't mind that Greta one at all. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see here now. Because this is giving us an FPS hit. Alright, we're okay. I'll probably turn off AI contrails in GFX. Yeah, good call. They're fighting each other. Good call. Right, let's see what happens. Descending nicely. We'll have to do a bit of jiggery pokery here. So I'm supposed to be an awful lot lower. Sure, look it. Otherwise, just use vertical speed. Ah, okay. Okay, sweet. Right, so we're going to be landing here into Fort Lauderdale. Runway 10 left. We're on the CUDA 3 arrival. That's grand. I just got a message from a text. Now, I was away for over an hour. How was the Sovereign? Commander Balosh? Really good. Yeah, it's very nice. We're just descending here. I'm trying to figure it all out, but yeah, no, it is very, very nice, man. She's very nice. So far, so good. It's behaving. There's a lot of options. Have I set my approach and landing? No, I haven't. Utilities. Take off. Oh, hang on. Load emergency return. What? Weather. Load. Runway. Landing configuration. Landing data. Right. Can we do that? The emergency gadget thingy-majig. I'd say we can. I reckon the speed is too high. What are we doing? 221? Drop her down now to about 180. And hit the spoilers as well. And that will increase our rate of descent, won't it? It will. Got a procedure on the main page. ILS 10. Approach. ILS. Okay, this could be interesting. Lower airspeed will not necessarily. Dougal, there was one, but Cyrus is updating it. He's to get it working for the SP1. Are you taking that tonight? I might take this machine for a spin tonight. Now hang on, you're after jumping over to the localizer. Like, why is the weather loading in like that? It just shouldn't be doing that. Settings. Slow real world drift. 90 seconds to 120 seconds for a full change. But that's me arse. It didn't do that. It absolutely horsed it in, didn't it? So they need to fix that. That weather just like changed instantly. Now it's transitioning, look. Yeah, I need to figure that out. Now, the question is, are we actually going the right way? I think we are. 1,000 feet to go. She wants to be down at 1,800 feet, look. Is that right? 1,800 feet? We'll hold it here. Alright, easy does it. She's a pretty one. Hey, we got some ship traffic out there as well. Yeah, this is a pretty machine, lads. Absolutely. Very pretty this thing is, isn't it? Oh yeah. It's a very pretty jet. Right. We're in heading mode as we're going to self-vector in for this approach. Call it 225 degrees. Speed 180. We'll go down to... We'll do this ourselves. We'll go down to 5,000. V speed. And down the hill at 1,000 feet a minute. As we do a little bit of cloud surfing. It is updating the weather as we go, but like you can see that kind of weirdness, you know.
I put the car in.
Oh, we buttons! Chewy! Good to see you, man. Ah, dude. 5 gifted tier 1 subs from Chewy94. Good to see you, Chewy. Hope you're well, bud. We're here we're doing lots. So we're using this new Strata weather engine just for the crack to see is it any good, and it's doing weird things. It's this guy here. Right? Now we're experimenting. And we're in the Sovereign for the first time, which is very, very pretty. It's a grand machine, this. So we're doing many things for the first time, and we're using OnAir as well. But yeah, I'm not liking how it's transitioning those clouds. That's a bit kind of mad. I don't know what its update frequency is. Do you know what I mean? That's the weirdness of it. Speeding up works. Oh yeah, with your profile. Yeah, Rich Gillen, good to see you. So let me see. We continue this approach here now. Let's see. Seraph Epac. I hear a banging. For potatoes and beer. Yes, Chewy experienced his first potatoes the other day. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Down there now. The young fella is making eggs. I heard news in me. I heard noise rather in me kitchen. It was a young fella. He's making eggs. But yeah, potatoes for the first time. Yup, you divil you. Brilliant. Lads, if you got a tier 1 sub, thanks to Chewy94. Do be sure to say thank you. I had actually been looking into StrataWeather, but there was like zero info about it. That's why I picked it up, Firewolf. I just wanted to check it out to see, you know, I'll be the guinea pig. There are certain things I really do like about it. Starting off, the winds aloft is quite good, and it is sending that data into the sim. See all these wind barbs here, right? But the weather loading in and out is quite intrusive. It's not very kind of slick. We'll see how we'll see how it goes. It's loading that weather far too quickly. Looks like it needs a bit of work. It does. Where are you going, Cat? You can't be up here now. No, don't go that way. No, be God then. You go that way. Jesus, Cat. We're under attack from the feline. Do you want to stay here, look? Jesus, this is what happens in... Real pilots have it easy. Get in there now. No. Get into the bed. Get into the bed. Oh, Jesus. Get into the bed. Yes. Hello, Cat. And Cat is here. She says hello. You say hello. Now get into bed. Come on. In there. Right. The cat is getting into the bed. Where am I going now? This is terribly important. Oh yeah, we're doing all right. Hang it right there, Murphy. Yep, you devil you. Okay, speed is good. We're now at 5,000. Yeah, see that weather changing? Don't like that. Do not like that at all. Now we can tell it what transition we want. Settings. Cinematic, smooth or fast. I wonder, is that the issue? It's doing all sorts of the weather. Mentor Pilot covered this topic fairly thoroughly in an old video. Oh. Alright. Airport's beside us. 275 on our heading. Do. Man, look at that. That's a view. Yeah, I might take this machine on VATSIM tonight, lads. There's a bit here we can learn, but I'm liking it so far. I'm liking this machine. 'Tis quite nice now. Now, let's see what the crack is for... whatchamacallit. Our approach down, right? So, bring up the old approach plate. So, let me see. What altitude do you want me at? Mandatory 5,000 at our initial approach fix at Holland. That's okay. We're doing that. Now, what's this V? Is that to do with our vertical profile? Arriving at waypoint. That's okay. Continue. we're still on our FMS source. Now we can actually horse it over to localizer. And then we'll see what happens with approach mode. It's your vertical track. Okay. Know your aircraft. Yeah, I know, Malky, but sure, listen. This is too much fun. It's a fine machine, this, isn't it? It's there to remind you to eat your veggies. Very good, Colonel Indiana. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. All About Flight says it's an ARM feature, sort of, kinda. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, I'm looking at our old approach plate coming in. And again, there's other stuff I want to be testing later on with, say, intentions, because they've all rolled that out. Does anyone know when Navigraph are rolling out the new maps? I went looking for them earlier on. They're not, I don't see them. Do you know the VF4 for Brazil and that? I haven't seen them yet. Most unusual. It really is. It's not too hard to get to grips with, and it flies nicely too. Yeah, no, I think we're going to use this aircraft tonight for a Vatsan flight. It's a 2.5 hour flight. It'd still be 2.5 hours of this thing, because this thing can haul. Reset our barrow 3006 and continue in. Early start. Yeah, I'd say so, Dougal. 2.5 hours is long. We might start early tonight. Would that suit everyone? Instead of 1900, will we kick off at like 1800? Any objections to that? An 1800 Zulu start? That'll be 7 PM UK Irish time. The engines on the design make the Sovereign look like a Citation's little brother. Yeah, it's pretty. It's very pretty. Would it be hard for Naughty Gnome? Good question. Sumner, I picked it up through Orbex. But I think it's in the marketplace now as well. Naughty can't make that time. Okay. Well, how about will we go halfway? Would we say 7:30? Will that work? Or do you to be tight making it for 8 o'clock? Or would 7:30 work? Two and a half hours flight time. We'd be there, done and dusted by 11. Flight time is 2 hours, so if you don't have a 50-minute intro, you should be okay. Yeah, for crying out loud. The tail is the exact same configuration as the Latitude, which is the type that crashed yesterday. Yeah, someone was telling me it crashed yesterday, yeah. Jesus. Right. So Naughty's basically saying, Murph, if you just stop your jibber jabber, we'll get in fairly quick. I mean, I totally get it. Totally get it. The cat's here beside me. Right, no, left. Left turn, Murph. Heading. Let's call this one 180 degrees. Speed 180 is quite good. Altitude, we're going to start bringing you down to 3000. Vertical speed, drop the nose 1500 feet a minute. Let's see what we can do here, sports fans. Speed's come down. Oh, this is pretty. Those contrails in the sky.
Destination weather at FT Lauderdale Hollywood Intel. Visual flight rules. Wind south-southeast at 5 knots. Broken clouds at 25,000. 29.
See the clouds loading in. I'm not mad on that. It's making a complete and utter balls of the situation. Is Strata. But sure, look it. Or start early. When it gets to 1900 Zulu, you'll be ready to take off. Yeah. I'll probably go. I'll start a half an hour earlier. How's that? The stream will start at 7:30. That's 1830 Zulu. So by the time I have my expert analysis complete, we'll be ready to go flying. And then people who won't know that we're starting early will come in at 8 o'clock and say, Jesus, Murphy's already in the air. This is going to be hilarious, crack. Now, do I have me map? Does this work? Oh, Jesus. Wait, why is that in such a hoop? Oh, I know what I did. I made it full screen. Remind me to fix that gadget with our map, will you? I'm after breaking it. Wait, what am I doing now? Oh, Jesus, more left. Left. Hard left. Acting like a muppet, so you are. 1800. Go down the hill there now. Right. Let's see if we can correct this. Because I've made a terrible blunder. Deception. Right. Easy now. Yeah, we'll fix this up. Do you know, I don't see the wind information on this screen. Oh, it's down there, look. 8 knots. Okay. Now, I should intercept this, so I'm going to hit approach mode. Can I do it on this? Yeah. Approach mode is armed. Let's see what happens here. That's no, I wouldn't say it's worth it yet. Let me do, like, this is literally my first flight with it. Like, there could be settings overriding it. Yeah, I'd say leave it in the oven for a little bit. I know nothing about the studio. I know nothing of them. I saw it and I said, right, people might be asking questions about it. Let's get it installed. It does work, you know. I pressed the wrong button and I dropped off. Linny, you big idiot. Localizer captured. Ah, brilliant. Riot. Speed looking good. This is all looking terribly good. Are we actually going the right way? Yes! Jeez, lads, look at that view, look. Okay, a bit of spoiler action. Yaw dampener coming off. So the yaw dampener disengages the autopilot. Shouldn't do that. Not your flaps. Why does the yaw dampener disengage the autopilot? That doesn't seem right, does it? Huh. Oh, it's AirAct Day as well. Will do, naughty. Wait, is it? 18th? Are naughty? Are you having a moment? You sure about that? Look at Malky. You can get nothing past Malky. You sure about that? Right. 10 left. Let's be having you. We're gonna wait for this glide to come in. Alpha Vulcan's back. Mine told me there are updates and I got a sim update this morning. Oh. Okie dokie. Speed 130 knots. Good. Our glide should come in once we hit this waypoint. Bum bum bum. In about 2.6 miles. Revision to the AirAC is not the same as new AirAC. Correct. So Navigraph said they're going to be updating weekly AirAC data when it comes to the charts, all the JEPs and stuff. But I think the normal AirAC cycle is monthly, right? I think it's monthly. It's a revision. Roger. There was an update this morning when I did mine. Do you know? Okay, 1.5 miles. Our diamond is coming in for our glide slope. Glide slope armed white. Okay. Looking good. The yaw damper is a separate subsystem, but it's coupled with the autopilot mode you're using. Think of CWS mode. You can have autopilot without yaw dampener. CWS, is that standard on the aircraft? Interesting. Yeah, I need to do a bit of research on this aircraft. Okay, glide slope capture. For speed. Speed is kind of racing up me a little bit. Easy now. Flaps 2. And let's have the gear. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that's very pretty, isn't it? Alright, gear down. Okay, so I want to disconnect the whole shooting shebang here. Autopilot. And then how do we disconnect auto throttle? This button here?
Auto throttle.
There we go. My aircraft. Alright, watch the speed coming in. Can't let the plane have all the fun. Easy now. Back on the glide. 6 knots over the nose. Let's see what happens. Hey, Sourdough Man. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. Little low. Easy now. I wonder where we get altitude callouts. Easy. Little high. Bit of traffic. Very high.
200.
Alright. Watch this in grade.
100.
Easy.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Now, will she float? She wants to float. Touchdown. Spoilers.
On the ground, landing logged in the tracker.
Okay. Reversers. There's decel. Very pretty. And over to the left hand side. Bit of manual braking. Flaps in. See, the weather radar automatically went to standby on the ground. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Jetscape. Should we go straight over to Jetscape? That's more maintenance though than FBO, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go hard left here. Landing lights off. Pulse. No, pulse can stay on. Strobes can come off. Go this way. Easy now. It was a little bit fast. Yeah. It's takes a bit of getting used to. Plus, yes, the reversers will not kick off until all 3 wheels are on the ground. Makes sense. Oh, and ramble straight ahead. Tis a fine machine, this. Reverses now, you have to do a keybind on this one. Used to deploying reverses when the back wheels are down. Alrighty then. Okay, park and brake. Park and brake set. Taxi lights off. We're looking good here. We'll okay these. Bringing 2 offline. Now, would you start the APU at this stage? I mean, you probably don't need to. I mean, we don't need all that power, right? Ground. Wheel chocks. Ground power unit. Access hatch for the ground power unit.
Delivery complete. 5 pounds unloaded at Fort.
Ooh. APU, the start coming off the
Engine
runway.
secured. Tracker noted the shutdown.
Flipper Ally, good morning. What is the best Cessna Citation or the Cessna Sovereign? Sovereign is more detailed, Aaron. This is way more detailed. There's a lot of cool systems on this. All right, let's see. Get our main cabin door open. Got all our doors open just to show us. That's everything open on the aircraft now. Let's go exploring, shall we? Just that was fun, wasn't it? So we got our baggage compartment, very fancy. With a light. Jeez, there's lots of room, isn't there? Fuel tank cap is open. Can we see any fuel in there? Negative. What else can we do? Avionics bay. Look at this. Man, you can even see the fan in the back of one of the... That's class, isn't it? That's very cool. Now, I imagine that's oxygen. Yeah. And this is our fuel. Yeah. And some nice features on this machine, isn't there? Very nice features on this. Hydraulics. Water, I suppose. Fuel. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I think we're going to... I think we shall fly this machine on our flight tonight. Okay, so that's going to be our aircraft, right? We'll pause this. We'll go into OnAir and let's just monitor our stuff. Flight completed. Let's have a look at the overview. Okay, seems happy. That was our flight, right? Our score, 98%. Where did we lose? Maximum pitch. That was on takeoff. Yeah, we kind of threw it up and then we threw it down again. All right, let's register the flight with OnAir. Job finished, and we got some money, and we got some XP as well. Super duper. Let's okay all this. Comfort bonus, safety bonus, aircraft handling, IMC, and flight bonus. Quite happy with that. Good stuff. Let's close OnAir. From the sim, we're going to end the flight. In a Boxman is here. Good to see you, bud. Right, lads, we have a VATSIM flight tonight. So what we're going to do, we're flying out of Miami International, and we're only up the road from that. Now, is there default scenery for Miami? I don't think there is. So our flight tonight is going to be, let me see, Miami International down to, what's it called? Punta Cana International Airport. Lovely. Okay, so we do have a sim brief plan for this. Let's go ahead and horse that in. And let's see what it is. So we're going to be Firefly 235. We're going to be in the Sovereign, which is a 680 plus, isn't it? It should be 680 plus. Scheduled block 2.5. Ooh, look at that. Over the Bahamas. Oh man alive, this is going to be a flight. Ooh. The Berta 1 whiskey is invalid for runway 9er for the arrival. Ooh. There is a profile for the Skyward, is there? Aha. There we go. Just find a new SID. Okay. Let's go ahead and generate. Let's have a look at this now. Okay, so that's our routing. Our cruise level is going to be flight level 450 for tonight. Airac cycle is in. All this is looking good. Briefing review. Fuel. Reason for extra fuel. Sir Murphbot. Right, that's all fine. Hide that. We will now look at our flight maps. So we want to see Veja on this. Okay, so Sigmunds, no, don't need to worry about. Winds. Winds aloft. Top of climb. Minus 66 degrees and windy. All right. We'll do a full weather briefing on this now in a moment. Our alternate airport is going to send us over to Mike Delta Sierra Tango, which is up here, Santiago. Santiago, of course, which means a Wales, Santiago. Right, so I'm happy enough there. We're going to go to Vent You Sky. Vent You Sky. And come on down the hill. So we're going to be rambling out of Miami International this evening. Call it 8 o'clock. It's going to be very nice, hot as balls, 30-ish degrees, and we're going to be landing in about 30 degrees. It's quite warm. So let's go in and have a look at the wind. So the wind speed on the ground this evening, Miami, southerly winds. Winds are coming in from the south, into knots please, 12 to 13 knots. And for our arrival, it's going to be about 10 knots coming in from the east. Okay. Southerly and then east. At altitude, we're going to get a bit messed up. We're going to get a bit of a headwind, bit of a crosswind, and then a bit of a headwind. The winds aren't actually that bad. I've done that exact flight in real life 2 years ago. Oh, really, Redman? Dude, that's awesome. Okay, the wind isn't too bad. What about cloud cover? Because Miami is famous for like bringing storms out of nowhere. So we're talking fully overcast. And then our arrival, the cloud along the way, our arrival should be relatively clear. Is there precip in the area? Yes, there is. So, a couple of cells around Miami, thunderstorms and whatnot. We're going to be over some of these thunderstorms. And then as we arrive down, it's looking pretty okay. Yeah, pretty okay. Bit of thunderstorm action going on. We'll see how we get on there. Right, I'm happy enough with the weather briefing. Let us go in and check some sceneries. And also, let me see, Miami International. So let's open up Navigraph here. And we'll import the flight. Import the flight from SimBrief. Load in this. And we're just going to go world map. Oh yeah, look at this, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Now in Miami, we should have FBOs here, don't we? Cargo, FedEx. We're planning to blast off from runway 8 right, which is over here. So let's see. 8 right. There's an FBO right there. Hello. FBO into Miami is going to be up the hill. Let's call it right there. That needs to go off. And let's load in. That was my autopilot, or my auto throttle turning off. Excellent, excellent. Right, let's see how our scenery works. This is the old BM World one, I think. Yeah, this is signature, so we're in the right spot. Okay, there's a weather loading in. We'll see about the livery. I mean, it's grand. We might go to a different livery though. All right, quick check around. We're going to be doing this to help us out this evening by building our rolling cache. Okay, so we're over at signature. We're planning to blast off from 8 right. So it's going to be out over the bay. This is going to be pretty, isn't it? Latin VF4 one, it's only 7. Yeah, I think I don't know if I had Latin VF4. Now there is more Miami scenery. Aren't MK Studios doing it? We have a bit of weird LOD here, look. Anyway, that's not important. Okay, let's just spin around the place. Yes, yes. Yeah, we're looking good. Performance seems okay here, so I'm happy enough with that. Alright, let us now load into our destination airport. And the GSX profile for it is solid. Oh, is it? Okay. Okay, so Punta Cana, what did we say the ICAO was? MD... Huh? You're over here. MDPC. Now, we're looking for an FBO over here. Got our gates. This is cargo. That looks fancy. Check Navigraph. VIP terminal. That's where we're going. All right. Let's load her in and see what happens. Ooh, this is tropical Sims scenery. Well, again, these are all 2020 sceneries, but I imagine they're going to be okay. We'll know now when we load in. Okay. Again, we're just trying to fill up a rolling cache just so it knows us in the area. We should get good performance here. There's not much in the area. It's a nice airport. Is that a Skoda? No. Punta Cana. Punta Cana or Cana, lads? It's quite nice here, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is nice. Look at where we are though. Look at that for a destination, lads. Isn't that spectacular? I mean, would you come on a way out of that, Eileen? Look at the state of this place. This is gorgeous. Look how clear the water is. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, this place is nice. Got a golf course right by the airport. Interesting airport runway layout. We're planning to do an arrival onto 10 left. Far side Murphy. We're coming in this way. This is interesting. We don't have a 10 left. We have an 8 or a 9. Now... Oh no, wait, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong plan. I'll go far and life. Don't mind me. Import life and sim brief. 09. Runway 9er. Okay. This guy. Look at the state of this sim. Isn't it absolutely spectacular? Microsoft Flight Sim. Isn't it though? Bloody hell, it's gorgeous. Right. We're coming in this way then. Fairly straightforward, fairly straightforward. Right, let's go in and look at some procedures. So, our departure, we're going to be on an RNAV departure, the Clada 2 departure. Let's have a look. So we're blasting off out of runway 8 right out of Miami. So let's have a look here. 8 right. That's grand. Accelerate to 250 knots. Runway 8 left. Standard or lower than standard if authorized with minimum climb. Alright, so we're heading out the road here. So it's Jamba, Kabola, Clada. That's quite okay, right? Your 370 weeps with envy. It's a ground-based augmentation system for 09. Ground-based augmentation system? What do you mean, Dougal? Okay. Approach. GLS. Is that what that means? Well, let's add this one in and let's have a look. A GLS. Tim Dog, good to see you. GLS in aviation. It's a GBAS landing. Similar, it's an advanced satellite-based precision approach system that guides aircraft during landing, utilizing locally corrected GPS signals. Ooh. Unlike ILS, which requires bulky antennas at the end of every single runway, a single GBAS station can serve all runways at an airport, and there's also no signal interference. And it allows for custom complex flight paths, enabling better noise abatement. There we go now. So enter the channel number into the nav radio. Gotcha. That's pretty cool, lads. Yeah, I don't think I've done this. I don't think I've landed with a GLS before. Let's go for it. Let's go. Riot. So we're going to come in this neck of the woods, and then she swings by, and the frequency you're telling me goes in. Channel 21202. Where does this come in by? Channel 21202. So we just enter that in as if it was a normal nav radio, Dougal. Is that what you're saying? How does that work? 21202. Into the plane here for a second. And hook me up to the L ground power. Okay, so that's calm. So we said it was a GLS. And it's going to be 21202. Oh yeah, she didn't like that. Right. Not sure the C18 you can do it. Hang on, there has to be a way we can do this. There has to be a way we can do this.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Let's see here now. 2 dogs, thank you very much indeed.
System test. Okay.
Victor, welcome in. Greetings from Ukraine. Hello from Tipperary. I wonder, is there a way we can do this? The 737. Ah, safe flight. Thank you very much, Kalazonic. All right, okay. So, do we have other options? We've Ornavs. Okay, we'll do the Ornav. We'll just do the Ornav. Think the Phoenix can do it? Ah. It doesn't have GLS option on radios. Okay. The Max has it. Ah, okay. Right, okay, we'll just use the Ornav. That's fine. Okay. Right, let's go in and let's talk about this, though. So our departure is fine. Our arrival, we're on the... What are we on? The Berra 2 Bravo. Beryl 2 Bravo, there should be. And we're going to be coming in from Beryl. Here's Beryl. And prior to Beryl, we're coming in from Pobbin. So we're coming in this way, look. Now, let me see. Max 220 at 12,000. We're coming in this way. So we ride this all the way down as far as Mepke. Is that what we're saying? Mepke? Here's Mepke. So after Mepke, we then head south 187 degrees. Initial approach fix at Urban. Hang a left, and then we're in. Ornav it is. Okay. Missed approach. At map, turn right, heading 207, climb to 1000, then direct to Mulville, climbing to 3000, and hold. So we get out to map. Right turn. Oh, there's a VOR there. Okay, get to the VOR, right turn 207, and then back up to 3000, and it's out to Mulville and hold. That's fairly straightforward, lads. We can see it here. Climbing, intercept the VOR, and then you're out this way. And there's our hold. And then from our hold, we can just go back in again and up to Urban. They'd hardly do parallel landings. I imagine they're using one for takeoff, one for landing, yeah? Okay. Right, I'm looking forward to this one, lads. It's going to be a nice flight. Jim, the aviator pensioner, good to see you, buddy. You're very welcome aboard. Okay, so what we have a flight departing out of Miami International. We're going to be parked up at the FBO up here at the north side of the ramp. We're expecting a departure out of runway 8 right. Yep, 8 right. And we're on the Clada 2 departure. So what the Clada 2 departure looks like, it's an Ornav departure. After we take off, we're heading on this track here. Once we get down to Clada, we continue en route, climbing to our flight level of 450. We're expecting winds coming in from the south. They're kind of spinning around this direction. So there's quite a bit of wind to contend with here. It's going to be cloudy in Miami. There's thunderstorms somewhat in the area, but they shouldn't be a factor to us. We're going to pass a couple of thunderstorms over the Bahamas. And then as we ramble down over to the Dominican Republic, we're going to start dropping PTA, and then we're in this way. Our arrival, we're on the Beryl 2 Bravo arrival, which is going to take us in this direction. We're going to fly that. There's Beryl, and we're going to continue on all the way until we get to Mepke. We need to maintain a maximum speed of 210 knots and not go below 3,000 feet. That's this information here. All right, maximum 210 knots and not below 3,000. There's nothing below it. We can't go below it. Once we get there, this is where our RNAV takes over, and we can see, well, here's MEPKey. So we then fly on a heading of 187, and our initial fix is going to be urban at 3,000 feet. At this stage, RNAV will take over, she'll turn left itself, and then it'll start on the descent path on the glide slope, and it's going to be a landing on runway 9er. If for whatever reason we have to go missed approach, we fly the runway heading until we hit the VOR. It's a right turn up to 1,000 feet. Continue the right turn on a heading of 207 degrees. See how it's swinging us down and around? We climb to 3,000 feet and we hold down here at Mulville. We enter the hold. All right. There's no VOR on the chart. At MAP, at MAP. What are our thoughts on that then? Is that an abbreviation or something? 3-letter identifier. Oh, missed approach point. Which is signaled by what? By this? Or by that? Oh, it's that. Oh, it's that, sure. So it's hang a right. Okay. It's literally hang a right. You're going to go missed approach before you even get to the end of the runway. VOR in the field is P&A. Okay. All right. So our missed approach is going to be actually just turn right, and either way, you're not gonna go past the runway and then turn. You're gonna turn at the runway. All right, that makes sense. Okay. So we have our weather briefing. It's going to be warm, humid. Watch for thunderstorms. The wind, if we want to just bring up an idea of the wind again. Wind. As we're heading down the way, that's what the wind is doing at, knots. It gets mad interesting over here. We're going from like a heavy north easterly wind to a south westerly wind. That'll make flying interesting. And then at lower altitude, the winds are coming in from the south, southeast into Miami at 12 knots, and they will be coming in direct easterly. So that's why runway 9er is dead facing east. So it should be good. Colonel Indiana Longnuts, thank you very much indeed for the co-pilot resub for the membership. You're very kind, sir. And well, thank you very much indeed. Welcome to co-pilot, my friend. Welcome to co-pilot. But yeah. Okay, so we're planning this flight tonight on VATSIM. Now, whether or not we get VATSIM coverage is another thing. If we don't get VATSIM coverage, I'll fly this with Say Intentions. Let's have a quick look here. Doodle-diddle-diddle-doo-doo. Hoping to get some top ATC on next week's Jamaica flight. Ooh, Jamaica. Oh, we'll have to get XP involved, Dougal. All right. Be pilot. Doodaloo. V pilot. Okay, so we're down this neck of the woods. No ATC down here at the moment. Or Miami for that matter. We should get Miami later on, shouldn't we? He'll be at work sadly. Ah, no way. Had to put that Grumpy Studio sub some money somewhere. Colonel Indiana, thank you very much, dude. Alright, we're going to connect here to the VATSIM network. Aircraft is a C680 Sovereign. We'll connect to the network. We are connected to the network. Now, let's have a look at what this machine can do. It's going to be 1228, isn't it? Jace Ward, thank you very much indeed. Welcome to Flight Crew, buddy. Cheers, man. Very kind, lads. Appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. CPDLC, that's going to go through say intentions anyway, so. Okay, we're on the VATSIM network. Push to talk is working. Okay, we're looking good. I don't know about delivery, I'll see. I might change delivery up. It's nice though, isn't it? Like that, isn't that gorgeous, like? Very pretty. This is our chariot for this evening anyway. I might use a different livery, we'll see. Is it CTAF or is it... Is it CTAF? It'd be nice in the out Irish government livery. Yeah. Swap is here, good to see you. What airport? S. McConnell, this is Punta Cana. .118.8. 118.3. Where are you seeing that now? Waypoint info. Jim the Aviator Pensioner, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Thank you for that. I don't see CTAF here. It's 1188. That's the tower frequency. Okay. Log on, MDPC again. MDPC. I'm not actually quite sure how this works on the data link. I'll have to do my homework. Jesus, I'll need to go off and do that as well. ACAR's message. Hello? Expect delay until you have an active flight in the simulator when the Say Intentions app is loaded. Ah, right, okay. Sure, it's connected to Say Intentions. Right, cancel that. Right, that's okay. MDPC. Failed. Well, try it again. Really sad I don't see affordable GTC. GTC. Viper, good to see you, buddy. That scared me. I almost went open door. Didn't know how to work a doorbell. Vex, yes. Oh, yeah. Text notams. GBAS. What does it mean by GBAS? Is that the frequency? Ground-based augmentation. Right, so that is the frequency we can put into our radio, so we can use it. 117.50. Okay. Oh, the Garmin touch controller, the thing you're poking at. Yes. 777, good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, okay, so we were looking at that. Is that the same then as what we were thinking? Rather than doing an RNAV, we can do the GLS. That's the same, right? So the GLS, which is giving me a channel, the NOTAMs are actually giving me a frequency. Am I right in saying that'll work then? I think it will. Are we right? Are we right in our assumptions there, lads? We are. The glass out and a wee touchscreen would do the job. It would. It absolutely would. Margie, good to see you. Murph, do you think you would be able to fly that jet in real life? Yes. But I also believe I would destroy the engines. I have a terrible habit of doing that. You know what I mean? So the question here is, will the GBAS frequency... We need to do some homework here. GBAS frequency for GLS approach. A GLS uses a 5-digit channel number similar to tuning an ILS frequency. To pull the correction data from the ground station, the numbers correspond to frequencies in the VHF band. Unlike ILS instrument landing systems tuned by exact radio frequencies, a GBAS data broadcast relies on a data link that operates it. Pilot enters the 5-digit GBAS channel number into the aircraft's multimode receiver, or the FMS, which automatically tunes to the correct frequency. So I have it as an OTUM. My NOTAM says MDBC GBAS 117.500 MHZ US. Or is that unserviceable? Ah, hang on a second. It's out of service, unserviceable. Aha! It's unserviceable. Right, that solves that. Pint of chips. Right. Anyway, we're doing a friggin' RNAV. Right, get in there again. Right, I'm glad we always learn on these streams, lads. We always learn on these streams. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. I am happy enough then with the state of the planet for tonight's flight on the VATSIM network. We're going to be flying out of Miami International Airport and we're going to be heading down to Punta Cana. We're taking the Sovereign Plus Citation and we're going to be planning to fly VATSIM. If we've no VATSIM coverage, we'll fly it with say intentions. Kickoff is at our normal time. I'll probably bring the stream start time back a half an hour. So we'll kick off at around 18:30 Zulu time. 7:30 Irish time and UK time, and we want to get flying at around 8 o'clock our time, meaning that it's about 2 hours in the air, so we want to be kind of done and dusted by kind of 10:30, 11 anyway, you know what I mean? So yeah, very much looking forward to this flight. We have our briefing, we know where we're starting from, we know where we're going, we know we know how we're getting there. We've reviewed our missed approach and we've also checked out the airports on both sides, and we have connected to the VATSIM network, so all of that is working fine. And as I say, if it doesn't go according to plan, we shall go with say intentions here. Other things we're using today, just to give an idea, we were using the Strata weather system. I'll see how this behaves. I'll try it again tonight just for the crack. It's using live weather now. It doesn't seem to be updating as much, which is good. There's other things we can use. We can use historical weather, or in fact, if you wanted to, you can load in sandbox mode. So when I click sandbox, Jesus, there's our sandbox mode, and this is marine fog. Oh gee hell, look at the fog. It's quite accurate. That's mad looking. Right? Or thunderstorms for the crack. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, that's all fab and groovy, isn't it? What else can I do? We can create our own, of course, as well. High Cirrus. Fair Cumulus. Or Cav OK. Or we can make our own. So we're going to go to live weather. There's those clouds coming in. Yeah, I just need to figure out that transition. I'm not too happy with the transition. It's a little bit annoying. He's got it down to 30 seconds. Oh yeah. Have I started your vacation yet? Vacation? No. Good man. Thank you in. Welcome in. Yeah, let's see what happens here. This cinematic transition thing, I'm not mad about this. Stable release, switch to beta to get new features and fixes early before they land. Right, we're on the beta channel. It's going to download and let's see what this does. Good man, Murph. Fly on beta with experimental weather. I mean, that'll do. Right? Ready. Check now. Applying the update. Jim, yes indeed. I am on the PC. I'm on a PC. It's the same sim, but just with the PC, we have a lot more options when it comes to hardware and software. But you can still belt away on console, you know. Turbulence is felt again, including at cruise. Turbulence icing. Okay, grand. I'm getting a weird shimmering off the ground stuff, but it's okay. We also have Sky Trails up and running as well from Parallel 42. It's kind of cool looking. Any other features gone in here? No. Sandbox mode. Weather radar. Yeah, that is pretty cool. All the different precip. Okay. And that'll pull in our flight for this evening, which is going to be Miami. There's our routing. So it's pulled all that in. Winds and hazards aloft. Outside air temperature, minus 55 at our cruise. Pretty cool. Okay. Okay. You can spend way more money using the PC version. Oh yeah, oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm liking this Strata weather so far. We'll pin it to the start menu. I'm liking it so far. We'll see what happens. Fly sim updater needs to go into my aircraft folder. Get in there now, Jemima. And what else do you want to do? OnAir can go into in there. Wasn't folder. I think that's sorted now, so I'm going to leave it there for the minute. Well, no, leave that. Get rid of that. Unpinned wasn't folder, and the rest is grand. Holy apps, Batman. Yeah, but they're all planned, you see. They're all, you know, there's method to me mayhem madness. You know. Rex Atmos I haven't used in quite some time. You have a PS5 just bought a couple of weeks ago. Jim, yeah, great entry point, man. And like, the PS5, it runs the sim very well. And they're working on the patch to get those fixes out. 5.1. There was an issue with avionics screens and all this. So, yeah, no, she should be good. Right, lads, I'm going to go away now. I'm going to go for a bite to eat and I have to pick up the missus and we'll get our stream scheduled for later on. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. This is our machine. We're flying. Looking forward to it. Actually, we better do a screenshot here while I'm waiting. Can we open the little door unit? Yes, we can. Access, open the cabin door. And, oh, Jesus. And as I said, this is our planation for this evening. We'll do one of those. We're looking for a decent screenshot, you know what I mean? That kind of works, doesn't it? There's some contrails up there in our business as well. Right, that'll do. Get a screenshot of that, please. Right, we'll be back later on, lads, at I reckon 18:30 Zulu, half 7 Irish time, and yeah, we'll see what the crack is now. So I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today, checking out the Sovereign, checking out Strata, and of course our flight with OnAir Company. As always, I'm loving that. And Malky is doing some tremendous work in the background after opening up our first FBO. So great stuff. Or is that our second FBO? But anyway, great stuff. We'll see you in a few hours. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and take it fierce handy. hands. Is Mike Roch in the chat? Mike Roch? That's brilliant! Hey everybody! Is there a Mike Roch here? Is Mike Roch here? Engines are now off. I've just killed the mixture. Right? Watch this. Mags are off. Feather boat props. My engines are now completely off, right? And I'll know they're completely off because I'm going to keep an eye on the props. They will just stop, right? Engine 1 stopped. Engine 2 stopped. That's the sound I should hear. This is the sound I do hear. What? What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? We need to clip this. Hey, Coronado, Microsoft and Asobo. 3 lads walk into a bar. This is how the sound should be. I've turned off my engines. However, if there's other aircraft of the same description flying from the Coronado fleet, this is what we hear. Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta. Get out of the beta.